Hello, everyone. Ah, how's everyone doing? Well, I hope everyone is doing well. Today, we have a case in court. So, we have a case in court. Everyone is jumping on this case, everyone is jumping on this issue, and I just wanted to say something about it. Okay. And let me just push out a disclaimer so that all of us will be on the same page. This is a case in court. I don't care about your religion, I don't care about your morals, I don't care about your feelings, and I don't care about your culture or whatever it is. This is a case in court. So, with this disclaimer pushed out, let's just handle this case as a civil case, not with emotions or whatever it is. All right. So, with this case in court, this is something that happened in Ghana. Everyone was talking about it. Nancy was also talking about it on her page. So, let's just dive into it. There's this lady who has sued her sugar daddy for not um, meeting his promises. He didn't provide things that he promised he was going to provide. So this guy, sugar daddy, is a married guy who works in a bank, and this lady came there to work as a social service personnel, and they had an affair. So obviously, they are both two old people who are involved in this case. So don't bring your religion here. Do not bring your emotions over here. This is a civil case. And this lady is suing the other person, the man, the sugar daddy, for not providing. And everything is, I'm getting my information from Ghana Graphics, the Daily Graphic. So she's in Accra and she's suing this guy. So obviously, this lady is a side chick. Now, there are other claims that she's making based on what I see on Daily Graphic that I want to go into. But first of all, we need to look at it from this way. Okay, please do not bring your emotions here. If you have any comment, if you know more than I do, please just put it there. So everyone is angry, and people are saying that it's karma. Some people are happy that this man is in trouble and whatnot. The case is in court. It doesn't mean that either of them has won or not. I just want to speak for the guy because everyone is speaking for the females. First of all, they both know that this man is married. So whether he decides to be to whether he decides to be cheating on his wife, infidelity is something that I will not condone. I will not advise anyone to be cheating in a relationship or whatsoever. But he decided that he's a grown man, a married man, and as a matter of fact, he's old enough to make decisions for himself. He decided to have a side chick. It is his choice. I don't care whether your morals say that is wrong or right. We're not talking about right or wrong here. We're talking about what happened. He decided to have a side chick, and this side chick happened to be in his workplace. So over there, according to the law, he should be wrong for having an affair with someone who comes to work over there. So according to law, he's wrong. And according to the law, he is wrong for cheating on his wife. I don't know if it's illegal, but I know it is not allowed in Ghana for you to cheat on your wife. If they married civilly, it means that they made vows and it's recorded that they are going to cleave unto each other do death to they do till death do their part. Oh yeah. So that's the thing. My problem is, why is everyone saying that the man is at fault? What about this girl? Doesn't she know that this man is married? As a matter of fact, her claims. So she is now the plaintiff. and she's suing this man. She said that she wants the court to order this man to give him a house, to pay for her rent 3 years in advance. He bought a car for her, but he registered the car in his name, so the car is his. He wants the court to order this man to give her the car, to register the car in her name, and then she also wants the court to order him to pay him some amount of money. So he promised that he was going to give him 3,000 cedis every month and some other things that he promised. Now, when you go to court, promises don't make sense. They don't have weight until you have papers that prove that this person, two people signed and there's an agreement. And if she doesn't have this document or anything like that, whatever she says she's sending to court, it's not valid. And mind you, we have a system in our society where things that don't really matter are taken to court, and they are taken more serious than things that matter. I just came here to sound a warning to any of you who want a side business. It comes with risk. If you are willing to bear that risk, it can cost you your life, cost you your family, it can cost you your marriage, your job, your friends. So if you look at all this and you still want to have a side chick, a side guy, it's up to you. But the problem is, if it was a woman who had a side boy, the guy will be the one to blame. That's our problem. Our society is just one sided. That this guy will be like, oh, someone's wife. Why do you go touch someone's wife? And this is someone's husband in this case. Why do you go touch someone's husband? It's two adults who have consented to go do their kululu. If you take this to court, it will not hold anything unless maybe they build something together. They did something together and then they have to build. If this case goes to court and this lady wins, it will mean that now most women will have an advantage. They can just go follow other people's men and they can also still get away with it. That's a double win. But I hope and pray that she doesn't win. Not because the guy did anything right, the guy did wrong. But this is a court case. So please leave your emotions outside. This girl was wrong. The guy was wrong. So that's how we're dealing with the issue. But he's someone's husband. First of all, his home is wrecking right now at the moment. So he's losing on one part. And forget about your karma, whether it's karma or not, I don't care. He has a big problem at home and he has to fix this problem. But I hope she doesn't win this case in court. So that if you're going close to someone's husband, you know that you're going on your own. If you have any consequences, you bear it on your own. If anything comes up, whether pregnancy, whatever, and that's where we have all these baby mamas and the rest, you are going there at your own risk. Now, if you're married and you want side business, you're getting your side business at your own risk. Now, when there's a cost issue, I don't know how this problem is in Ghana. First of all, if she's taking this court to Ghana, she's a prostitute because now she's demanding money, goods, and services for the service, sex that she offered. So if we want to be very legal about this, the thing is prostitution allowed in Ghana? Of course, some people think it's allowed. Is it legal? If it's not legal, first thing, two of them might be jailed because they are offering services. They are offering money, goods for sex. If it is legal, then it's another issue. And that means all these prostitutes that have been arrested and have been beaten by the roadside, they need to compensate them. But we know for a fact that about 90% of the countries that we see around, they have prostitution as an illegal act over there. And Ghana is one of them. So if she's demanding anything for doing whatever they did in the bedroom, then she was engaging in prostitution. And she might be arrested or she might be charged for that. She brought herself. Whatever you're doing, just make sure that you're not doing anything illegal. And when it comes to the morals, now let's come back to the morals. All of you Christians, all of you Kama people, Buddhists, Islam, our law says that you can marry just one person unless you want to do traditional marriages. And if you are an Islamic person or a traditionalist, you can marry one or two. So, this man, if he wanted to have another woman, he could have first divorced his wife and go marry another woman. But look at how old he is. It looks like they've been married for a long time. I mean, those of you who want to follow the case, you can go look it up. It's all over the place. If you've lived with your wife for more than 3, 4, 5 years and things are not, you know, that bad, I'm saying like your life is not in danger, you're fine. Okay. You don't need a side check. You don't need a side guy. Those of you ladies who want side guys with side businesses, the guys that want side businesses, it's not worth it. There's always problems that will come. Even if this case doesn't hold in court, he still has a lot of problems to fix at home. Don't engage in it. Don't encourage it. Don't say that this guy is in trouble and he's getting whatever, you reap what you sow, whatever. So that the girls can go for other guys' husbands and then put them into trouble. None of them is right. The cases here, right now, there's a whole lot that can come out of it. But at the end, it's not good. And I believe this girl is not going to get anything out of this court case. I hope she doesn't, so that it will serve as a warning and a lesson for all of you. Anyone that is following someone's husband, any married person that is having side businesses, it is not worth it. If you see a friend who's doing it, leave them be, or tell them to just advise them to stop. It is not worth it. If it's an open relationship in America here, it's allowed. People do open relationship, open marriage. They do whatever they want to do. I'm not willing to that. But if you are going to talk about this issue, I hope you have your right mind to talk about it the way it is, and don't bring your emotions or your culture. Some people think, oh, because God said, no, this is a court case. Forget about your God. God, the words of God applies to us who believe in it. If someone goes astray, probably doesn't believe in it, and then you leave it there. This is a court case. Okay. Your morals, in some countries, prostitution is allowed. In other countries, it doesn't apply. Even in Ghana, in some places in Ghana, people are practicing prostitution and it's okay. The law is not even getting there. So a society that you live in is different from everyone's society. But this is a legal case. And civilly, it has to be handled that way. So stop throwing fire in this case, making one party feel bad and making the other feel like they have an advantage. Oh, now we get him. He's been cheating on his wife, and sometimes those of you who have had bad experiences in marriage can also help to put more emphasis on the fact that this lady is right, or he's getting paid for whatever he did. You know, she's being used. As a matter of fact, she's not being used. She consented. She's claiming over here. Let me read. She's claiming that she was raped. Um, so she said again she wants the court to order the defendant to pay her medical expenses as a result of side effect of family planning treatment the defendant told um, her to do in order to get pregnant, in order not to get pregnant. I mean, where does this happen? If not Africa, if not in Ghana, where does this happen? Most of us have seen courts in the States, Canada, Australia, where you see them on Facebook, on YouTube, and how cases are being handled. You can tell that most of these cases are very plain and how the people can really understand and can even have faith in the justice system outside our countries. Let's see how this case turns out in court. Oh, you told her to get family planning. You're gonna pay for it. I mean, I didn't force her or whatever. I'm not saying that he was right or she was right either. None of them was right. But when you have to deal with this civilly, nothing should come out of this. Well, what he gets out of it is that his home is wrecked already. His marriage is never going to be the same again. If he was having a good marriage, well, now he's lost it. And she is out there too. So whatever she did, now we know it's out there. So whatever guy who is going to settle for this kind of woman, it's up to them. She also got her share of it. Abena, is she a tax paying prostitute? Hopefully, hopefully she pays tax. And that's the problem. You can never pay tax out of prostitution. You can never register prostitution in Ghana. You cannot register prostitution in a lot of states here in the United States. I think it's only Nevada that prostitution is allowed. Nevada and some places. I got to learn this yesterday. So I don't know anywhere in Ghana where prostitution will be allowed. Well, if she's paying tax, then her case will be valid. I promise you. If she's paying tax on her prostitution, if it's allowed in Ghana, then she has a valid point. But from the looks, she already got her pay. She already got paid for whatever she did. He got paid too. He's probably going to get divorced, and she is probably going to be out there, and other sugar daddies will probably stay out of. It's just a mess, you know. I don't know. I think if I was a court, so I could stand you ask, why is she wasting her time in the time of the court? Is it allowed in some parts of Europe? The thing is, the court needs money. It has judges, lawyers, clergymen. It has secretaries, security men. They probably paying utilities and whatnot. They need money to keep the court running. So case like this, if I was a judge, I would keep inviting cases like this because someone has to pay to file a case, and whoever wins, the opponent or the one who is guilty will pay whatever, will pay the fines to causing damage and wasting time. They have to find someone. Someone has to be fined, and I like these cases because it's a stupid case. I don't want to see like the serious ones where people's life are in danger because I'm tired, I'm sick and tired of people getting hurt. I just want cases like this. We can laugh about it, talk about it. They need money. So they both need to exactly they both need to be arrested because if she's filing a case like this, that means they were engaging in prostitution. They need to be arrested. So yeah, those of you who are jumping on the case and you're being one-sided and supporting one side and leaving the other side, you need to step back and think outside the box. This is a civil case. And so all the morals and all the feelings, your religion, your culture, just put it aside and look at this issue how it is. And then if we can draw some lessons out of it, we should. That if you are into a committed relationship, stop looking for side businesses. We have a saying in Ghana that if you are drinking from a river, you don't look on the sides. Just pay attention, because whatever you're looking for, you'll find it. If you're looking for a side chick, you'll find a side chick. And guess what comes with side chicks? A lot of problems. They come because they know they are side chicks. They know they have your balls in your hands. They can just tweak it a little bit because you don't want your wife to know, you don't want your children to know, probably your pastor or whatever. You don't want another person to know. It's just a secret. And the secret is between you and maybe a few people who know, and then the side chick. So the side chick can easily, doesn't matter what kind of relationship, romance that you go through. If one thing doesn't click, can easily blackmail you. And that's where some people um, get into a lot of trouble. So it's not worth it. All of us know. Like, I don't have to tell you that it's not worth it. I've seen a lot of people who have had side businesses that their marriages have gone to hell. Their kids, the kids, and I always feel sorry for the kids, because now the kids have to be between families, run around, and it's always like a broken home for them. Even though some wives can take the kids in, it's still not the same thing. It feels like a broken home. It's something that when the kids mess up, you cannot straighten someone's kid. You cannot raise someone's kid like the way, unless maybe the kid has been given to you. But when they know their parents, their mothers are, or their dads are alive, it is so hard to raise someone's kid. So broken home, it's I mean, it's obvious. Oh yeah, I don't justify it. Well, I believe in people's culture, like the Muslims. Islam allows multiple wives. Some other cultures allow multiple husbands. I know some traditions in Africa allow multiple wives and multiple husbands in Africa. So if it's agreed upon by both parties in this marriage or relationship, I don't have any problem with it. But the initial agreement is that we're going to be solo, it is you versus me, then you should stick to it until make another agreement to break it. So you file something else, or you get a divorce. The marriage is not good. Some men use the excuse that my wife is not giving me this, in the bedroom. My wife is not giving me this style, whatever. I mean, all the excuses, and then they want to go out. It's happened so many times. Guys use a whole lot of excuses, and it's usually sexual excuses, or maybe the woman is not that good, and then they divorce. Other than that, it's not worth it. If you live in one person for the other, and the other person wants you to leave your wife or your husband for them, imagine that person, who that person will be. And we don't really think it through, because most of the time it's all about feelings, the emotions attached to it. Oh, this person, because she's not your wife or your husband, she'll give you all the attention, she'll give you all the love. If you can ask for the pang thing, morning, evening, afternoon, dawn, night, they'll give you anytime you ask. Marry them and see. Marriage is not easy. Marriage is not all I'll say long-term relationships. That's what, probably I'll put it that way. But marriage is not easy. That is why it's not for everyone. If you want to have your side businesses, you can leave marriage be. Just forget about marriage. Leave marriage to rest and go find you can find a lot of women, a lot of guys with all the packages, the STDs, the STIs, the drama, the fights at night, people creeping on you. You can find all of that. It comes with a nice package. But if you want to settle with one person, that just just make up your mind, you know, make up your mind. I know most guys advise other guys, Oh yeah, just find one, on the side. You need to have your main dish and then a dessert. Well, most of the desserts are very sugary. You know what sugary stuff come with? Diabetes. Diabetes. You don't want this young girl to have your life in their hand. That like they can control you anytime they want. This guy, the side guy that you have, they know that it's your secret, and they can use that against you. They can destroy your marriage. You can lose your job. You can even lose your life. Because most of these side chicks also have side boys and side guys. You- It's always possible. And then married people will be so emotional about it. They see their side chicks with other guys, and it's just a big mess. Just don't get into it. That's all it is. Don't psych yourself. If you're into solo relationship, psych yourself that that person is enough. Of course, one person can be enough. You need to psych yourself. It is not easy for some people, especially those of you who have been sleeping around, having um relationship here and there. It is not easy to just stick with one person, but one person is enough. I've always said it. I've been fighting with Sika over this issue. I know it's not really a fight, but it's our way of sending our views to the public. But most of this fight and disagreement is all about communication. If you are able to sit down and communicate, sometimes it takes a long time to come to an agreement, but it works. If you communicate that I like this, I like that, I don't like Gary, but I like jollof rice, and then you keep, making, you need to explain why you like jollof and not Gary. You keep explaining. The other person is a human being; they won't understand. But the thing is, we have we have a society where we want to just package our problems and put it aside, you know, and we want to bottle up things. When you keep, they say, when water or fluid stays in a bottle for a long time, it gives out smell. Just stay there, look at where you're going, and then focus on it. Don't just put put your problems on the side and then expect the problem to be solved. The other time I was also talking about, don't allow the person that you're having a problem with become the problem. You need to team up with your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, whoever, your fiancé. Team up and fix that problem. But the thing is, we want to push the problem aside and then pretend there's no problem. Probably there might have been some problems at home with this guy and he never bothered to solve it. Or maybe his ego didn't allow him to admit that he was part of the mistake or the problem at home. Anything could have happened. I'm not in their home and don't want to make assumptions. But in families, there's always problem. Even your own siblings, your biological parents, you fight all the time. So how much more someone you met some years ago, married, and you decide to live together? It is not easy. Hi Vivian, welcome. Oh, how's Kuwait? It's very cold over here. It is. We use Fahrenheit. It is 8 degrees Fahrenheit over here, and that is minus something, 18, 18 degrees Celsius, minus 20 degrees, some around that. It's very cold. So I'm always in sweater. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for being here, and thank you all. And when you hear anyone talking about issues like this, you see anyone talking about issues like this in the open, make sure that the person knows their stand. They're taking it from both stands. They're not bringing their own issues into the problem. Sometimes people talk about it because they've had problems with their past marriage, and then they're like, oh, karma for you. Some people, some guys have had issues with their wives, so they are happy for the guy that now it finally came out. This guy was cheating on his wife, and now the wife gets to feel the pain of all these problems. You know. Oh, oh, really? Oh, I never thought it could be that cold. Well, every time we see videos from Kuwait or anywhere around there, it's in the Middle East, it's like hot in a hot weather. The sun is shining, the sand on the desert. It never felt like it's. Oh, ooh, -2. Okay, that's cool. Oh, over here, yeah, -2, -2 degrees. That is cold for us. Wait, is it -2 over there or here? Because over here is 8 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's see, 8 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, 8 degrees Fahrenheit. It's mine. Oh, come on, Fahrenheit in Celsius. It's -13. Wow, that's -13 over here. -13 degrees Celsius. It's cold. If it doesn't freeze your balls, then it's. Me, I wasn't born here, so this is not my weather. I'm trying to run away. Yeah, everyone. So I guess I'll end here and beg everyone. Oh, okay, over there it's -2. So you're getting close. That's cold. That is cold. Does it snow there in Kuwait? Um, Please. Most of us have friends who have been tempted to have side businesses or family members. We have people on social media preaching this. If your marriage is not okay, try find a way to fix it or get out. If you are being abused in your marriage and your relationship, just get out. Get out. Move. You can move out. You know, don't stay in a marriage and then be a victim or be a perpetrator of uh, something. Just leave. If you have minor problems, it sometimes it takes years even to fix problems. Take your time and fix it. It will work. When you finally fix things in your relationship, it's the best thing. It feels good. You feel good about yourself. Your ego, your self-esteem goes up. If you don't find ways to fix the problem, you always be hiding things. And that was one of it. You know, that was one of it. Having a side business is one of the things. You can never tell your wife that I am having a side chick. No, and most of the bad things are hidden. You cannot bring it out. So yeah, my name is Kwame. This is Walking the Talk. And I hope that wherever we go, whichever page we go on, I don't care whether they're having a religious debate or whatever, they have to see things from both sides. If the religious people are attacking the traditionalists or the Buddhist, they need to also think about the Buddhist. The same thing everywhere. And right is right, wrong is wrong. Sometimes it boils down to what the case is upon. And this one, it's a civil case. So we have to talk about it the way it is. And don't bring your emotions in there. Don't bring your feelings, your past experiences. No, it needs to be handled the same way it is. And people should be aware that it can happen to everyone. So don't even take a step into the side business. It is very, very risky. My name is Kwame, and this is Walking the Talk. Have a blessed day. And thank you, Abina and Vivian, and all of you in the background that are not really don't really want to say anything. I wish you a very nice day and a very beautiful week. Uh, oh yes, oh yeah. I have friends who tell me things. Guys they talk. So yeah, we talk. People justify the fact that they use one excuse or the other to want to have side businesses. Especially when they start earning a little bit. Oh, they think now you have money. now you can have a side business. It is never ever advisable. In my case, whoever wants to do it, it's their own thing. But everything you do on this earth, whether good or bad, there are consequences. There are good consequences and bad consequences. I'll say profits and losses comes with every choice that you make. All right. I'll see everyone another time. It's been a busy week for me. I've been on 4 days, 5 days straight, 12 hours night shift, and it's not easy. So I'm beginning to, rest for a little bit. But yeah, I'll come back later today and we'll talk about something different. Peace, y'all.